10 points per game, according to Conference USA's website. They also returned North Texas quarterback Mason Fine, Offensive Player of the Year, who, if you haven't seen him, is incredible. He's going to be such a good quarterback this season. He's someone that you're going to want to watch out for when it comes time for individual season awards, especially because all these quarterbacks just left. Then you got kick returner Isaiah Harper out of Old Dominion, Special Teams Player of the Year. Spencer Brown, running back from University of Alabama, Birmingham, Freshman of the Year. And two newcomers of the year, Louisiana Tech wide receiver Teddy Veal and North Texas wide receiver Jalen Guyton, both newcomer of the year. Other players to watch, Charlotte defensive end Ben DeLuca. The guy just has a nose for the ball. Led FBS in forced fumbles last season with 3. Rice wide receiver Aaron Cephas led FBS in yards per reception last season at 24.8. 24.8 yards per reception. Insane. Also, returning all-conference offense first team, Mason Fine, as we had said, Devin Singletary, as we had said, Reggie Bain, the senior out of Florida Atlantic offensive lineman, wide receiver Tyree Brady out of Marshall. The second team, Spencer Brown out of UAB, running back, Dugas, Louisiana Tech offensive lineman, Levi Brown, offensive lineman out of Marshall, tight end Harrison Bryant out of FAU, wide receiver Teddy Veal, wide receiver Ty Lee from Middle Tennessee State, Jalen Guyton from North Texas, wide receiver. All defense, returning defensive lineman Jalen Ferguson from Louisiana Tech, defensive lineman O'Shane, not O'Shea this time, O'Shane Zimenez from,
only be so lucky.
Right, from Old Dominion, linebacker Aziz El-Shair from Florida Atlantic, defensive back Jalen Young from Florida Atlantic, defensive back Shelton Lewis from Florida Atlantic.
Isn't there like their whole defensive, their whole defense basically returning?
11, I think it's 10 of the 11 starters and 14 of 16 who saw significant playing time, yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. Second team, Furman Silva out of FIU, the defensive lineman. Defensive lineman Kevin Strong out of Texas San Antonio. Linebacker Chase Hancock out of Marshall. Linebacker Khalil Brooks out of Middle Tennessee. D-back Amik Robertson out of Louisiana Tech. D-back Malik Grant out of Marshall. And then, of course, you have your special teams players. Isaiah Harper, insane kick returner out of Old Dominion, and punt returner also out of Old Dominion, Darryl Brown. Second team, punter Jack Fox, kick returner Keon Davis out of Marshall, and Austin Trammell out of Rice. Now, that's a lot of talent that the conference is bringing back that they had last season. Especially the names that we had mentioned up top, Singletary, all of them.
Well, obviously, you started talking about punters.
Yes, I was... Punter, listen. Okay, we're going to talk about the necessity and the impact that a punter can have.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
I will not be part of this conversation.
Yes, you will.
Punters only matter when it comes to the spread when they something up.
Well, I don't remember the date. I don't remember the season. But I do remember Matt Dodge. All he had to do was not kick to Deshaun Jackson.
This is the NFL we're talking about. I don't care about a punter in Conference USA.
Who cares what level?
I do. I don't care about the punters' names in the NFL. What makes you think I'm going to care about a punter that punts for Florida Atlantic?
He punts for Rice, but
He
okay.
punts for Rice even worse. At least I know he's going to get the most use out of the team.
He definitely is. But I was just giving the accolades to everyone.
There's
Who
no
got the
accolades
accolades?
a punter can earn. I know they get an award, but that's just basically to acknowledge their existence.
Right, which is important. They are part
Barely.
of the team.
Barely.
Again, Matt
If
Dodge.
they could allow a quarterback to throw it, I think they'd get rid of a punter.
I don't know. And did you see Doug Williams punt? It's pretty bad. You see any of these quarterbacks
I'm
punt?
just saying if they could throw the ball. Instead of kicking it, just throw it. I'm sure you'd see a lot more coffins.
Oh, so just get rid of it, allow them to throw it wherever it lands, it lands?
It lands, it's a live ball. Until it's not live until it's touched.
Okay. I mean, that could work. But that's
Punter.
not how it works.
Do we have a drops kick specialist on that list?
Actually, we don't.
I was going to say, if you did, that'd be even more impressive. Because I don't know a team that does a drop kick. Who was the last one that did it?
Flutie, I think.
Yeah.
If you don't watch your mouth, I'm going to drop kick you.
Flutie.
All right.
Punters.
Now, out of conference record, or non-conference record, is never going to be impressive for a non-Power 5 team because these guys get scheduled to play against teams like Alabama, Georgia, and all of that. So, that being said, keep in mind, they're a non-Power 5 conference, and they're not even one of the top 2 non-Power 5 conferences. Their out-of-conference record was 28-37, including 2 wins over Power 5 teams, which I know you discredit, and that glare says it all. But 28-37 is not horrible in terms of looking at the teams that they played. Now, we get the absolute delight of some big-time games for these teams coming up, and I have a list of quite a few. Western Kentucky at Wisconsin in 2018. FAU at Oklahoma. Indiana at FIU, which I think is interesting. They're playing at FIU. Texas San Antonio at Arizona State. Baylor at Texas San Antonio. Texas San Antonio at Kansas State. Marshall travels to South Carolina. Florida Atlantic gets to play the defending champs, Central Florida. NC State travels to Marshall. Again, I don't understand why NC State's going to Marshall. Virginia Tech travels to Old Dominion. Rice gets to play Wake Forest at Wake Forest. Middle Tennessee State gets a crack at Kentucky. Rice is going to get steamrolled by LSU. And Alabama Birmingham plays at Texas A&M. So I am interested in watching a ton of these games, especially the FAU Oklahoma, Indiana at FIU, the Marshall South Carolina game, FAU Central Florida, NC State Marshall's going to be good, UAB Texas A&M. Those are just some of the games that I, from that list, am excited to watch. So, Tony, what you were saying is 100% correct. This is a conference that is not only not afraid to play the big teams, they seem to embrace playing these big-time teams.
And I'm all for that. I mean, if you want to be better in a better conference, you have to put yourself up against the better talent. And what better way to do that than trying to load your schedules with these teams? That's the only way you're going to increase. And right now, there's a lot of conferences that only do it just for the paycheck. This conference will get its shit kicked in every once in a while. But every once in a while, they're going to have games where they're going to play you closer. Or you're going to have to think twice about them being a pushover or a cupcake. I mean, we've seen crazy upsets before. So don't be surprised if this conference produces more this year, considering how many teams they're going to be playing outside of or inside of Power Fives.
I just
They
read the
can
list.
wreck
It's a lot.
seasons.
Honestly, I'm not going to make a bold prediction, but don't be surprised if FAU beats Oklahoma.
I wouldn't be shocked by it.
As I don't think it's going to
Oklahoma,
happen.
I think, is not going to be nearly as good of a team as they were last year.
Oh, no, of course not. And Kyler Murray is going to be a great baseball player for the Oakland A's after this football season.
I guess that's one thing you can look forward to.
Yes.
There's
Yes, it
not
is.
much going on with the A's, but you got that.
What are you talking about?
Dude, you have to understand, I'm following a baseball team that's already got 60 wins and is on pace for 110. I'm not paying attention to the A's.
The A's are actually having a
Very good season.
phenomenal season.
I'm worried. Okay, I'm going to put it to you this way, okay? I'm worried about the Yankees, Astros, and Mariners right now.
So let's just put that fact.
Sleep on
fact.
the A's.
The A's have a winning record against the Yankees, Red Sox, Indians, and Astros this season.
I should just discuss this earlier, too.
So
How many games have we played against you? 3?
I think it was 4.
Okay.
I think the A's went 3-1.
And it was probably in Oakland.
It was in Boston.
I'm gonna check this.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong. But
I was gonna say wait. When am I deferring to you to baseball stats?
I don't know. I don't
The
know.
A's, I rarely question you, but this one, because I don't know an A's expert. I don't even know if they exist.
I think I'm the closest thing to an A's expert, and I don't
You
follow
might be.
baseball much. But
Second.
yeah, but my prediction going back to Conference
Football.
USA, yeah, going back to Conference USA, and the A's are 51-49 or 51-40, so they're well over 500.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them yet.
No,
That being said, that's actually a lot better than I thought you were gonna say.
yeah, like I was expecting to be like 26 and whatever at this point. Anyways, so. Prediction for Conference USA: Southern Miss, FAU conference championship game. FAU wins. I think they finished the season with 2 losses: Oklahoma and Central Florida. But still, that would mean they would be 12-2 at the end of the season. Hell of a good season.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest game this year is gonna be FAU against Marshall.
Probably.
I mean, and funny enough, that game's early in the year. I mean, if you're going to watch a conference game and get the real potential of Conference USA, that's the game to watch in conference.
Also, though, don't sleep on Southern Miss or North Texas. They finished,
No, they're
8-5.
relatively- I mean, they're not Charlotte or Rice or UTEP who are going to be awful.
No, they were 8-5 and 9-5 respectively last season overall, and I mean, they not 10-win seasons, but still damn good seasons for these teams. All right, so I think that's it. I think I'm done with Conference USA. Anyone have anything more that they want to add while Tony's over here scrolling through to see if the A's really did beat the Red Sox in Boston?
Should be interesting to see.
They've been 3-game series, and you guys have taken them.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Not by a lot, though.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. All that matters is he won.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
tell that to the Orioles yesterday, who lost 10-2.
I mean, 10-2 sucks, but I mean, is losing 10-2 any worse than losing 10-9? Still lost.
It probably hurts a little bit more 10-9, especially if you had the 9 and they came back. To
If
10.
you're up 9-1,
Yes, depends on how the game went. Maybe it does hurt more.
I mean, you'd be safer describing how the Cardinals are going to blow their division this year, but
yeah, we don't know. Anybody have anything more to say about Conference USA before we move on?
No. Go Charlotte.
Go Charlotte. Okay.
I think they're not even looking forward to 2018. They're like thinking 2020.
They have only been in the conference for a season.
I will also like to say that they're a very large conference. They have 14 teams, which makes the Big 12 look like a fucking joke.
They have 8.
Yeah, and they're not even that good.
They're very top heavy. Oklahoma State, we're good. A team, literally, one of the best teams in the conference used their linebacker at quarterback.
Yeah.
That's
Mind you, this is the same one that you were talking about, Bama. Or, I'm sorry.